welcome today, whatever of the apocalypse. It's hard for me to even remember what day it is unless there's some day like Easter or something that makes me remember. Um, we had a pretty good day yesterday. The interesting piece, and I've probably shared this before, is what happens when we slow down, right? We figure out all these things that we're running and rushing and doing all the time, and then we're forced to slow down, and then there's like, oh my God, I have space for so many other things, right? Like yesterday, we painted, I played guitar, and usually on a daily basis, I don't do those things. It's things that I enjoy doing, I love doing, but for the better part of most of my existence the last 10 years, more, has been just like really just trying to keep up, right? And now we're no longer keeping up, we're kind of trying to learn how to go in this opposite flow in an opposite direction and be okay with what that means. And I spoke a little about it in the email that I wrote. It was kind of a long rant, but part of this, I think, coming out on the other side, and there's even an article in Forbes today about the new paradigm that's probably going to emerge out of this, because we've really come to a point where we realize how much stuff is actually kind of useless to us and how much is actually useful, right? And it's hard to make that discernment when everything is constantly just whizzing by all the time and we're trying to pay bills, which is going to be a challenge for everybody, of course, especially in the near future. But in this moment, we can all maintain our practice, take care of our bodies, expand our lung capacity, because in this point in time, lung capacity is everything, physical health is everything, and along with that, we can kind of cocoon and build our creative reservoirs at the same time. So anyway, there's enough of my little before practice rant, and I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody in a moment, and I'll unmute everybody when we are done, and we can all hang out and talk about what's up. All right? And you all have the ability to unmute yourselves if you need to, as I said before. So, pulling back on the flesh of the sit bones, find a nice, tall, supported seat. Allow the gaze to go up and in. Paying attention to where the mind is at in this particular point in time, what projections into the past, projections into the future, any anxieties we may be working against, recurring storylines, just observe them. And as we slide back into this observational seat, giving ourselves permission to turn our awareness fully to the breath as it flows through the nostrils, filling the belly, filling the chest cavity, as it flows out of the nostrils, emptying. allowing a stillness to settle in, giving ourselves space to set an intention for our practice. Your prayer, your purpose, whatever it is that you need. Just begin with some simple 4x4 breathing. Inhaling to the count of 4, holding for the count of 4, exhaling for the count of 4, holding for the count of 4. So between every inhale cycle and every exhale cycle, there is a 4-count hold. So just allowing the hands to rest on the thighs. Begin to inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Continuing on your own, we'll stay in this breath exercise for about 3 minutes, maybe less. On your next inhale cycle, just allow the breath to return to normal. See Lucina popping in. When you find your next inhale, allow the left ear to come to the left shoulder. Then it travels back and around, if that's comfortable, to the right shoulder. And then exhaling as you tuck the chin toward the sternum. Just beginning slow, gentle neck rolls. And if you find any points of discomfort or pain, allow yourself to back off. Even if it looks like just small circles in the air with the nose to begin. Perhaps as the spine warms up, the circles get deeper and wider. Yourself one last full turn in this direction, and then when the chin comes to the sternum, recentering the head, finding a full breath cycle, and then on the next inhale, beginning in the opposite direction. Then, as the chin finds the sternum, allow the head to come back up to neutral, the hands slide down to the shins. No. And then we'll inhale the heart forward, exhale as we round back. Gently at first. As you build warmth in the body, you can allow yourself to speed up if you wish. Allow the lungs to really fill. And inhaling the body back to neutral. Hold the breath slightly, pull up on the muscles of the roots, drawing in the muscles of the navel, the rectum, the sex organs. Just pull those in, tuck the chin toward the sternum. Inhale a little more. Release the breath hold. You can change the cross of the legs if you like. Slide the hands to the top of the knees. Then we'll inhale the torso forward, turning the body to the left as we begin. Sufi grinds. Chin stays level. Heart opens. Really working with the way the spine can even flex to the sides. When the heart comes to the front of the mat, recenter, go through one breath cycle, and then on the next inhale, bring the heart forward again and move in the opposite direction. Heart comes to the front of the mat, recenter the spine, take a deep inhale, exhale, allow the legs to slowly come out, just stretch them out, and windshield wiper the feet, bounce the knees out, just anything you need to do to wake the legs up. And then we'll come to standing. Then from here, standing in your mountain pose, turning the palms skyward. If you duck butted out a little bit, just tuck the tailbone back under and then turn the palms up. Tuck the tailbone back under, then let the hands rest by the side, finding a nice strong mountain pose. And we'll inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, hinging at the hips, find our first forward fold. Inhaling to a flat back. Exhale as we fold, planting the hands, stepping the left foot back, then the right. Take an inhale here, elbows in, exhale as you lower down, knees touch first, inhale. Upward facing dog or cobra, tuck the toes, pushing the hips skyward, exhale, downward facing dog. Walking this dog out, allowing the feet to loosen up, maybe finding a gentle sway in the hips. Shaking the head yes, shaking the head no. Finding some stillness. Turn the gaze between the hands, stepping the right foot forward, then the left. Inhaling to a flat back, exhaling, folding, inhaling, root to rise, Hands come to heart center. Inhaling, rising again. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling to a flat back. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping the feet back into your plank. Inhaling here, exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Finding some stillness in this down dog. Letting the heels descend. Hips ascend toward the sky, elbows rolling in toward each other. Let the head dangle loose like a bowling ball on a string. Gaze goes toward the belly button. Solid core, solid roots. And step the feet forward. Inhaling to a flat back. Exhaling, find your full. Inhale as we root your eyes. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now, from here, inhale the arms up. And then gazing between the palms, sit back as if you're sitting into a chair. Drawing in the navel. And breathing. See if you can sit down even just a little lower. Inhale back up. Exhale, find a forward fold. Allow the knees to bend. Touch the fingertips onto the floor if you need a block under the fingers or some books. This is more about releasing the head and the upper back. So if your head does not hang loose, bend the knees a little more. Perhaps on your exhales, the hips can ascend a little higher, the head can drop a little lower. Perhaps you can walk the feet out just a little wider, clasping the elbows, finding a gentle sway. Come to stillness. Place the hands on the hips. Take a generous bend in the knees and roll up one vertebra at a time. Let the head come up last. Increasing the serotonin in our body. So from here, grounding down, firmly rooting through the feet, hip distance apart. Placing the hands on the hips. Firmly root down through the right foot, finding a gazing point about 6 feet in front of you. Bring the left knee up. See if you can get the knee. Maybe this is your balance. You roll the ankle just a little bit right here. Then if it's available, sliding the hand down to the shin, draw the heel into the perineum, or maybe your balance is below the knee, slightly above the knee, or maybe the foot is down on the ankle, the big toe on the floor. Wherever your balance is, work with it where you are. Maybe you have to lean against the wall. And then inhale the arms overhead. If it's available. When you find an exhale, bring the heart, hands to heart center. Inhale as you bring the knee out to the front. Exhale, energetically pushing out through the heel, if that's available. If not, maybe just stay with the balance. If you're here, see if you can reach the big toe with the peace fingers. Maybe the right hand comes out for balance. And then see if you can open the leg out to the left side. Draw the foot back out to the front. And then release the toe. Let it come down slow. With control. Shake it out a little bit. And firmly rooting again. Bring the right knee up. Hold it in, roll the ankle. And if it's available, slide the hand down to the ankle. Same as the opposite side, drawing the heel up into the perineum if that's available. Just not on the knee joint itself. Inhaling the arms overhead. When you find an exhale, drawing the hands to heart center. And letting the knee come out to the front. Take an inhale. Exhale, you push the foot forward. And then if it's available, reaching for the big toe with the peace fingers. And then maybe opening to the side or wobbling over. Every side is different. This side is a little wobbly for me today. Maybe we're just working with the balance still. Wherever you are, just work with where you're at. Time and practice improve everything. And releasing the toe gently, let the foot come down with control. And we'll shake it out. And have a blanket handy nearby if you have any sort of knee issues. My camera sees there. So we'll find the front of the mat. Inhaling the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping the feet back into plank. Inhaling here. Exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Then we'll gently lower down to the knees. Bring the blanket underneath the knees. neck. Inhale, into cow. Exhale, rounding the back, tucking the chin for cat. Inhaling, belly drops, head rises, hips rise. Exhale, back round. Work with whatever pace is comfortable for you here. You can inhale and exhale slowly, moving slowly, or move quickly. Just make sure the breath is full, deep, and powerful on the inhales and the exhales. The depth of your breath is the depth of your practice. And then we'll come to center, inhaling here, then exhale as you turn the gaze over toward the left ankle, windshield wiper inhaling through center, exhaling, gazing toward the right ankle. Just continuing on. When you come to center, you can begin some more organic movements. Hip circles, head circles. Anything that feels good, that feels loosening and juicy to the body. Perhaps changing direction if you've been working in one direction alone. And then coming to stillness. And in tabletop position, rooting firmly. Bring the right hand up and then thread it under the left armpit, letting the ear drop, letting the shoulder meet the mat, keeping the hips square. Turning the gaze toward the ceiling. Then powering through the left hand. Drawing the navel, coming back up to center. Planting the right hand. And raising the left hand. Reaching, threading through underneath the right armpit. Powering into the right hand, pulling in the navel, draw yourself back up to center. And when you're at center, we'll inhale, reach out with the right hand, left leg pushes out. Exhale, draw the knee and the elbow together under center. So we're using opposing limbs, not on the same side or you'll tip over. Reaching out, you'll find a cow. Drawing in, you'll find a cat. Go and hold the breath. There's a lot going on here. Breath control, strength, balance, focus. Inhale, extend out, hold here, point the foot toward the ceiling. Now reach the hand back to find the ankle. Once you got the ankle, make sure you're square and push back through the ankle, open the heart. Now Relax the left leg a little bit. Slowly release the ankle, let the knee come down. Take a brief child's pose. Now coming back up into tabletop. Moving into the opposite limbs, extending, reaching on the inhale, exhaling, drawing the knee and the elbow together in the midline, reaching, drawing in, inhale, exhale. Two more. Extend out. Then pull the right foot toward the ceiling. Reach the left hand back to grasp the ankle. Squaring up and then opening the heart. Pushing back through that ankle into the hand. Relaxing and letting everything settle back down to the mat. Let the toes come together, take the knees a little wide if that's available. Come back to another child's pose. Walk the hands back to come to seat on the heels if that's available. If you need a blanket or any sort of support, a block between the ankles, maybe some blankets. Like so. If this seat is not available to you, you can do this exercise in easy pose. So bringing the hands to Gyan Mudra, elbows into the ribs. We'll inhale the arms up, and as we exhale, lion's breath. And begin. Let the elbows make contact with the ribs. Let the tongue come way out. Three, two, one. Inhale the arms up. Hold the breath at the top of the inhale. Draw in the belly. Pull in the roots. Inhale a little more. Close the eyes. Exhale as you allow the hands to float to the back of the legs. Keeping the eyes closed. Noticing the sensations in the body. Lengthening the exhales. Walk the hands forward, back into tabletop. Nice. Allowing ourselves to come to the mat. Perhaps we're in Sphinx pose. Perhaps the hands are below the shoulders. Whichever your expression of this exercise is, this is not a push-up. We're using the muscles of the back body to inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, lowering down. So you find like a little baby cobra or a sphinx. Squeeze the glutes, point out through the toes. Three more. At the end of number 3, allow the hands to come below the chin and then rest on your favorite cheek, forehead. Whatever works for you. You can sway the hips back and forth slightly. Now draw the hands to the side of the body, palms turned skyward. As you inhale, lift the chest, lift the legs, squeezing through the glutes, powering through the back body. And breathing. Three, two, one, release. Drawing the hands back under the forehead. Bring the hands below the shoulders. Up to a tabletop, crossing the ankles beneath us, come back to our seats if that's available. We'll find Dandasana, sitting up nice and tall. You can plant the hands by the side for a moment, pointing the toes toward the body. And then we'll reach the arms out in front. They'll stay parallel to the legs. Inhale the body back to 30 degrees, engaging the core. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale. Exhale.
Que éramos salvajes, no entendían nuestras oraciones. Cuando danzamos al sol, a la luna o al viento, sin comprender, nos condenaban como almas perdidas.
Three, two, one. Reaching for the toes, top of the ankles. Wherever you are, don't lose the integrity of the spine, rounding out just to get there. deep inhale. Exhale, let the belly, let the heart melt toward the legs. Tuck the chin toward the sternum. Inhaling deeply, exhaling fully. Perhaps you will find a deeper expression of this pose through the exhale. Let the breath release you. Use the hands to support the depth of your posture. Don't force yourself into a depth with the strength of the upper body. As you exhale powerfully, you'll draw the navel in toward the spine. You'll feel your body drop farther and farther, teaching the mind to release the tension in the muscles. When you're ready, just inhale, coming up slowly. And we'll bring the legs out as wide as comfortably possible. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, fold to the left. Inhaling through center. Exhale, folding to the right. Staying with this movement on the breath. Next time you come to center, fold toward the middle, reaching for the ankles, the toes, whatever you can get a hold of. Don't lose the integrity of the spine. Inhaling deeply, exhaling, folding forward, tucking the chin slightly toward the sternum, pulling in on the muscles of the roots on the exhale. Drawing the belly in. Filling the lungs deeply. Exhaling fully. Slowly coming back up. Bringing the hands underneath the knees, drawing them upward, letting the heels find each other. The toes will, fingers will wrap around the end of the toes. Perhaps drawing the heels a little closer to the midline. Sitting up nice and tall, make sure you're not collapsing the spine. And beginning butterflies. Long, deep breathing. Coming to stillness, taking a deep inhale, exhale, let the heart melt forward, the elbows may find the shins, supporting the opening of the hips, not forcing, supporting. When you get to the depth of your forward bend, you can let the head round down, the spine rounds, long deep breathing. You find an inhale coming up slowly. Let the head come up last. And reaching behind the knees. Draw them up toward each other, planting the feet out in front. And sitting up nice and tall. Bring the hands behind the back of the knees, leaning back. Find our balance point. And inhale. Exhale, push the ankles out, turn the palms skyward, and breathe. The legs will shake, let them shake. Three, two, one. Release the feet back to the ground. Perhaps hug the knees, draw the back up. Take a couple of deep breaths here. And we'll lean back, find our balance point again. Inhale, exhale, pushing the feet out. And we'll inhale left, exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. And coming to center, see if you can reach the toes with the peace fingers. If you have to bend the knees, that's okay. You can get here. See if you can open to Kundalini Lotus. And breathe. Back together. Release the toes, coming down with control. Very good. So then from here, we'll take the right foot, cross it over the left knee, plant the right hand behind the back. Energetically, we're pushing out through the heel, toes come toward the body. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale as you twist to the right. Perhaps we're wrapping the knee, or maybe we're crossing to the other side. Don't force the twist with the elbow. Inhaling deeply, exhale, drawing the belly in, gazing over the right shoulder. Don't forget what your left foot's doing. Inhaling, turning to gaze back over the shoulder. Exhale, releasing the elbow. Extending the right leg back out. Drawing the left foot over the right ankle. Supporting behind the back with the left arm. Energetically pushing out through the heels, toes toward the body. Inhale the arms skyward. Exhale as you turn to twist to the left. Slowly releasing yourself from this pose. Make our way to our backs. Hands can go beneath the glutes to support the body. Inhale the right leg up, exhale lower down. Inhale the left leg up, exhale lower down. Let the movement be a meditation. Allow the eyes to close. Dance in the background there. The next time the opposite leg you started with comes up, allow yourself to rest as the leg comes down. Bringing the hands back to frame the sacrum, underneath the glutes. Energetically pushing out through the heels, toes toward the body. Powering through the navel center. Inhale, both legs up. Exhale, both legs down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhale both legs up, then bend the knees toward the chest. Wrap the arms around the knees, rocking back and forth on the spine. Plant the feet down on the ground, close to the glutes. See if you can touch the back of the ankles with the fingers. Planting the arms firmly into the floor, shoulders firmly rooted, feet firmly rooted. Inhale the hips skyward, chest rises to meet the chin. Exhale, lowering down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhale the hips skyward and hold here. Clasping the hands beneath the sacrum. Drive the fist and the forearms and the triceps down into the mat. Push the hips even higher. Release the hands. Come down one vertebra at a time, very slowly. Keeping the feet planted here. Cross the right foot over the left knee into an upside down 4 shape. And then reaching beneath the left knee, clasp the back of the leg, clasp the hands together, pull the knee toward the chest. You can also raise the chin toward to meet the knee if you like, or you can keep the shoulders flat on the ground, yogi's choice. Energize through the heels. Don't let them just flop out. Take a deep inhale. Exhale to relax the foot back to the ground. Bring the right foot back to the ground. And cross the left foot over the right knee. Threading the arms underneath the right leg. Clasping the fingers together. Draw the knee toward the face. Perhaps raising the upper torso, perhaps leaving the upper torso on the ground. Yogi's choice. And allow the leg to relax back to the ground. Extending both legs out. Cross the right foot over the left knee again. Shift the hips and interso to the right. Right arm comes out parallel with the shoulder. Left hand comes to the back of the right knee. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, draw the knee toward the left side. Turn the gaze over to the right. Try to keep the shoulders on the mat. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, release. Extending both legs out again, re-centering the hips. Realigning the body, drawing the left foot over the right knee, shifting the hips, and interso to the left. Left arm goes parallel with the shoulder, right hand comes to the back of the left knee. Deep inhale, exhale as you draw the knee down, gaze toward the left. Deep inhale, and exhale to release the knee. Recentering the body, allowing the body to fully relax on the ground, turning the palms skyward. Maybe grabbing a blanket. Maybe throwing some socks and a sweater on, whatever you like to do to get yourself to be able to completely relax and be comfortable. As we find our way into Savasana. Allowing the eyes to soften, allowing the jaw to soften, breathing into any spaces where you may be holding tension, just allowing the breath to breathe itself. Releasing any control. invite you to deepen and lengthen the breath. Finding some small movements in the fingers, the toes, the wrists, the ankles. Taking a deep inhale as you reach the arms overhead. As you exhale, drawing the knees into the chest. Finding some small rocking motions on the spine. Anything you need to invite your body back into the room. You twist to the left, twist to the right, happy baby. Whatever feels good. And when you're ready, you can rock your way up to a supported seat. Allow the eyes to close. Bring the palms together. Turning the awareness back to the sensation of the breath. Allowing the mind to return to the intention you set before practice. Just taking a deep inhale. Just lightly hold this breath, sealing that intention. Exhale, releasing, sending it out. We'll end with one long Om for those who care to join. Take a deep cleansing inhale. Exhale. Inhale to tune out. The divine in me sees and delights in the divine in you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you so much for coming. Allowing me to hold space for you. I'm going to unmute you now so we can all hang out.